Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, so in the last class we started by uploading our real data to use in pandas to manipulate the dataset. In this case here, with the Google Colab, we had to first mount our drive, then define our path, then uh, then uh, then data frame our path whereby it's df is equals to pd.read_csv. The pd.read_csv is the one that's supposed to read the path that contains the data, which is file_path. So if you already uh, downloaded the notebook, you just upload it, then you come runtime, uh, restart and run all. You wait for it so that we cannot start manually running ourselves. So we connect again. Then we allow. We wait. So I think it's done. So we continue from where we left. We started by viewing the data with the first 5 rows, which is df.head. .head is the function for viewing the first 5 rows, and .tail is for viewing the last 5 rows. And then you can decide and specify like the type of column you want to work with. In this case, we chose age, and we were able to define ages to be our data frame of age, which is the column age. Then we were able to view .age, .head of the first 5 rows of the specific column age, which was 29, 0.9. Yeah. Then we were able to know the type of data frame the age column is, which is series. In data frame, a column is called a series. It's also called a series. So we continue. We'll add another cell. I'll add another cell. So in this case, we continue by selecting multiple columns. In the data set. So to select multiple columns in the data set, we use the list of column names within the selection brackets, that is the box one. We'll have another comment here. Select multiple columns, use a list of column names within the selection box brackets. I want to modify them to as box bracket. Yes, Kwambuk.
I'm requesting you increase the font size.
No, sir. It's okay now. Is it okay now?
Yes, it's better.
Okay. So to do that, we first define our variable, which is age underscore sex. I'm going to focus on the age and the sex columns. You can decide and have any. Is equals to df. Df now. Then I have to give out the names of the columns that I'm focusing on, which is age, sex, sex. Okay. So after doing this now, I want to view maybe the first 5 rows. So the variable that I defined for it, I'll use on it the dot head function. So it's age underscore sex dot head, then the open and closing parenthesis, and you run your cell. You will have viewed the age and sex of the first 5 rows of the column of the dataset. A question? A minute. Any question for that code? Any question? Okay. So you can decide and maybe to know the shape, how it looks like. That's the number of rows and columns of that selected columns that you want to work with. So you simply just take the data frame that you have defined and add the dot shape function in front of it. So in this data set, age and sex columns have 1,310 rows and 2 columns, which is age and sex as the 2 columns. Yes, Samuel.
I'm having an issue. I'm unable to. Having an error when I input what you have put there.
Have
The
you?
age like thing.
Okay, share your screen. Samuel, I'm waiting for you.
Yes, I've already done that. I don't know whether you can see it on your end.
Yeah, share the entire, not the specific window.
Can you be able to see my screen?
Yes,
Yeah. So,
but it's blank.
uh,
It's no, share it again. You can't see.
still not able to see my screen.
Yeah, not able. You have to select the entire and then click on that, a small window, then share. Choose the entire screen option.
Yeah, that one I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And then share, right? That's
Yeah,
it.
share. Yeah.
I'm not sure if still
It's
not
share.
able to see.
Yeah, it's blank. Okay, you can share the normal way then. The one that you had shared before. The window one. Not the entire screen.
Can you be able to see now? Hello.
No. Who is able to see? Kwamboka, are you able to see?
No, I'm not.
I think then I'm having an issue. I'm not able to share then because I've tried everything.
Okay.
Even the
Let me share
Okay.
mine.
Tony, I think in the meantime, I had the same error. Then I reloaded the data from the previous class again and it worked.
Okay, Samuel,
From
let me share and show you how to
you
oh see ya, sir.
can you be able to see?
Yeah. I was able to see. Sijui tena imeenda wapi.
Me lost.
On my end I can't see. You know we were sharing at the same time. Okay, and share and then share. Okay. Everything is good. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
first you've
Uh,
not defined your DF. So go to runtime.
I got to what?
The runtime. The menu, their file, edit, view, insert, runtime. The top. No, go to runtime. Click there. Restart. Choose the restart and run. Restart and run all. Yeah. Yes. Now connect again your notebook. Have you connected the drive? Your notebook?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now I think it's good.
Yeah. Now it's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good.
Thank you.
You had not you see every time like you open afresh the notebook, you have to restart
Yes.
and run the cells again afresh.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone who is having the same issue again, Gertrude, I think you should do the same on your end. Start and run all. Yes, Kwambok. Yes, Kwambok. Hello.
Hello, I'm saying
Huh.
there's some part of the code I've not seen. Kindly share your screen.
Oh yeah, so the dot shape.
No, the one for displaying the content,
Which content?
age and sex.
Yeah, it's right here. The one for selecting multiple columns, huh?
Yes.
It's right there.
So Tony, a quick one
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
So,
Niambie.
so if you want to select like 3 columns there, you need to put those parentheses, 3 of them,
And separate them with
with
the
a comma.
with a
Okay.
comma because it's a list. So you remember when you were creating list, you were separating them whichever list. Now in this case, this list is a string which is identified as a column in this data. The string is age, which is the column age or the series age, and then the string is sex, which is column sex, and then it's a series sex. So if you want to add, let's see if we can add. If you want to add, let's say ticket, you can just come here, a comma, just add your ticket, but make sure you spelled it exactly as it is in the column name. Then you can add it. Then your ticket will be added.
Oh, so you don't have to add a parenthesis. Okay, why did we have two parentheses and the other one we had one? I mean, not the box bracket.
Oh, now the first box bracket, it's for the data frame, and the second one now, it's for the list.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a syntax. Now the first one is for the data frame. Now the data frame, which is our data. But now in this old data, the old data which I'm calling the DF, I want to select specific age, sex, and ticket. Now I have to enclose it again into age, sex, and ticket inside the old data again for it to filter. Have you understood me somewhere?
Okay. Yes. That's fine.
Yeah. Because now if you just give age, sex, ticket, then it won't be able, like that syntax won't be able to retrieve for you those columns because it doesn't know where we're retrieving that from. Is it the DF1, the DF2? Now in this case it's the DF, just DF, but we are defined here. This was our DF now here. DF here. No. So when we are printing the DF, we got all this. Now all this, I want to only select sex, age, and ticket. Now I have to again create another list, which I created this list. This list right here. Enclosed inside DF. Now I want to only filter age, sex, and ticket because I don't need all the other columns. I just want to work on age, sex, and ticket, or whichever kind of data that we'll be having. So, is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Another way that I was to cover, it's like filtering the rows in the column with a conditional. Like let's say you want to filter the age. I want the age to be above, let's say 35. Yes, Komboka.
My code is not able to run.
Then you'll have to share your screen to see the issue. Gertrude, you can mute the one that was connected to the PC. Your DF is not defined, so you have to go to runtime, restart and run all yourself.
Okay.
So select runtime. Start and run all. Yes. So you're getting the error above there because you didn't enclose them with you didn't start with the hashtag. For comments you have to put in the hashtag, otherwise the compiler will interpret it as a code. So the hashtag has to start first.
That's well noted.
Okay. So you're just having like a runtime issue. We continue. On the focus on filtering, like the rows, you can decide and maybe the columns. You can decide and working on a specific column, but with a condition. The condition I told you earlier, it's like the greater than, the less than. We have the greater than or equal to. We have the less than or equal to. So here we can have like a comment here. Filtering the rows.
You have not shared your screen.
Yeah, okay, a minute. Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay. So we can have here like above underscore, let's say in our data that we had that 5, want to filter. So we can say the df that we had defined earlier. Then again df now I want to select only the edge one. So I'll have edge here, double, and have edge, then give out my condition, which will be maybe greater than, I'd say there above that 5, greater than 35. So to view it again, I'll have to call it above underscore that 5 dot head to view like the first five rows. That's it. Yeah, that's it. You can decide and view as many rows as you want to by defining between the parentheses the number of rows that you want. For example, you can have here like 10. It will give you 10 rows. Yeah. Above that 5, it filtered. So at row 5, row 6, row 7, row 8, row 9, 10, 14, 17, 19, 20. You will add the edges above that 5, which was 48, 63, 39, 53, 71, 47, 80, 50, 36, 37. Are we together to that point? Okay. So just to view the shape, and just copy that. Come here, add the dot shape. Then you run your code. Then you'll get that above that 5 data has 322 rows and 14 columns. Questions? Yes. Let's come back.
I wanted to ask, just scroll up. I see the code. Why did you use df twice here?
So the first df is for the old data. Then the second one we're specifying for the edge part of the column of the df. So the second one here is for giving the condition. For giving the condition up to that point. Now the df will be enclosed. It's just a syntax.
Okay.
Oh, that's how it's done. So I'm going to introduce the dot lock. The dot lock is when you want to give a specific rows and columns for the data frame. So maybe if you want the above that 5, but you want it also to print for you the names, or you want to print for you the ticket, the fare, the cabin, whichever way that you want to manipulate the data. So we've used the dot lock. So we can have a comment here, selecting, let's say specific rows and columns from a data frame. We can have adult underscore names, because we want to focus on the names. We want it to print for us the names that are for the in the data set that had the age above 35. Is equals to df.log. Then you can have our df that we had earlier and define it again. We want to work with age. Our age has to be above 35. Has to be above 35. But then again, I want the names. I want the names column also. So I come here and run my adult underscore names and view the first 5 rows. You can view as many rows as you want. Having an error. Okay. Adult underscore names df.log df, yes, age. In our data frame, is it names or name? It's name. Yeah, column is name. Run it. So adult underscore names. Yeah. Dot head. Yeah. So these are the names of the first 5 rows of the data with above the age of 35. That's how we are able to filter it. You can have even 20 and view the first 20. Yeah. Depending on how you want to view the data. So I can decide also, like, I want to know the name and the sex. I'll just take this code, it's just the same. All I'm going to do is separate the list of the name. You can decide here, I want to know the name and maybe the sex. So I'll just form another list here, which I'll be able to list my columns that I want to be printed. Okay. Note here, in the first year, we're only naming only one column. That's why we didn't have a list. But if you want to name more than one, you have to create another list inside the data frame. So, and run. Okay, no. So adult underscore names dot head, view the first 5 and the sex. So we have the name and the sex for the people who have the age above 35. And decide even to add ticket. You can have a ticket. Yeah, and that's it. So we are getting this output under the condition that the age was above 35. Questions?
So using this log, you're able to filter the rows and the columns at the same time, or that's what I'm getting out of it.
So for this one is the specific. But now when we have the lock and we have the iLock. The iLock now, it only focuses with the integer, like you're giving a range. But now for the lock, you are able to give the column names and maybe a condition. But for the iLock, you have to give the range. Maybe I want like from column this and this, and from row this and this. It will be able to print for you. So for example, okay, we can have it here. Maybe I'm interested in specific rows and columns. Now in this case, we're going to use the .iloc. So it will be df.iloc, then define, like maybe I want from row 9. So you have to keep note of the range part, the one that we had learned earlier. So put a full colon from maybe row 9 to 25, and maybe column 2 to 5. This one is for the .iloc. Now in this case, you're not able to give the column name, but only to give the range. So when you print it, you will only get this. So because we're starting from 0, so this is 0, 1, 2. So 2 is the name, which is here, 2 up to 5. Okay, so we start indexing from 0, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, now it has to split here, but we're taking the edge one, which is edge here, which I had told you earlier, it's -1 when you're dealing with the ranges, which is the edge here. And for the column, it started from from the rows, it started from row 9. From row 9, I'm not able to view from row 9. Okay, it started from row 9 up to row 25. -1, which is 24. Which is our range here. So when you want to view like specific, that's it. Specific rows and columns. But when you want to filter it in a way that I want only to deal with this certain column and this certain column, and maybe with this condition, you'll have to use the .loc. Have I answered your question, Samuel?
Yes, you did, but in a different way. It's okay. I got it.
But have I added something on top of the different
You
way?
added something. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So keep note of the .iloc and the .loc. The .loc, you're able to input the specific columns that you want to work with, but the .iloc, you only have to put the range.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And also a thing to remember is when selecting subsets of data, you have to use the square bracket. And inside this square bracket, you can use a single column, which is the row label, which is the one we're using there, the name, sex, and all. A list of the row labels, a slice of labels, a conditional expression, or a column. Select specific rows and columns using the .loc, and select specific rows and columns using the .iloc when using positions in the table. So the positions is what I was referring to the range. So any question before I move on to another subtopic, which is merging and appending with the .loc, .iloc, and yeah. Any question, any issue? Almas?
Yes.
Were you able to restart your runtime?
Yeah, mine worked.
Yeah,
Kuleta shida.
yeah, the offline one haikuangi na issue. It's direct.
Iliendelea tu hata sikuwa nimelog out.
Yeah, inaendeleanga. Yes, Komboka.
I have raised my hand.
Yeah.
I think that was by mistake.
You've logged in with 2 accounts. So now.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so we move on to the merge and append. Merging is a situation whereby let's say I have a specific ID of a person. Let's say Samuel. In the specific ID, let's say D_25. And this D_25 is split into two. Maybe I want to merge this data, and in a specific whereby I have the first data. I have the column ID. I have maybe the name, the age, and the sex. But again, I have another data set, which is not together with this first one, whereby it has maybe the grade, the location, and I want to put them together. Now, the common thing here is the ID, because they are in both data sets. So that's the common ID that I'll be using, which is ID, depending on how it's named with the data that you're working with, which is the ID to merge. So first of all, you have to start with importing your pandas because you're manipulating the data. So we import the pandas library. You have to start with that, which is import pandas as PD, and you run it. So now we can have our data frames, and let's say maybe df1. Don't like going out of the context of df so that you can remember. Then you can have pd dot data frame, the data frame. Then you can create our data frame here. Oh, wait a minute. Then you can create our data frame here, which is a dictionary of lists. But also you can decide and create like a dictionary, then you can convert it into a data frame. But I always think that's a long process. Just create it once and for all. Dictionary, when creating a dictionary, you have to start with the curly brackets. Then you can have the dictionary keys. Like in this case, I can have, let's say, A, and A has to be in double quotation marks because it's a dictionary key. Then I can have my list. Maybe let's work with numbers. I can say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, I think that, yeah. And also now in this same dictionary, I have like another dictionary key, which can say here maybe it's B. Who can tell me the reason as to why I'm having the full columns before the list? Samuel, you asked this question earlier. Unakumbuka bado?
Which one? Sorry,
Yeah.
which one?
Why we are having the full column before creating our list?
Yes.
Okay, you can go and check on that one. So you can have here like A, because it's a string, you have to include it in a single or double quotation marks. You can have B, you can have maybe, let's say C. Then you can have, you can have even D2. D2. Yeah. You can have even D2. So this is our first data frame, which is df1. And again, I have another data frame that I now want to merge, like maybe it's df2, which is equals to pd dot. Keep note on the case sensitivity of the name data frame, yeah, which is enclosed in so now the common one here is our dictionary key, which is A. I have A. I think I can continue with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Then like I have another one now, which I want to merge. I have here C. Yeah, apart from this, so that I cannot confuse you guys, I'll explain more with the data frame. another data frame. Can have X, can have Y, X, Y, Z. We can have even, let's see, P. Yeah. Need to close. Yeah, we need to close. So X, Y, Z, P. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Yeah. I don't know why we're getting an error. Yeah. So when you print df1, which is our first data frame, you get the same result. And when you print df2, you'll get these results. But now I want to merge df1 and df2, and the common one here in both of the data frames is A. So now I'll come down here and have merged. Can have merged underscore, let's say df. You can name it any way you want it to be. You can say pd dot merge, which is the dot merge function. Then I can have here df1, want to merge it with the df2, but specifically on A, which is our common column in both. So when running merged underscore df, let's wait for it to run. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes, Tony, I can hear you on my side, but
Okay.
looks like you are bit very fast for us to code along.
Oh, you don't have like an extra screen whereby you're streaming from one screen, then coding on the other one?
No.
Okay, I'll wait for you. I
No,
don't
it's
know why.
okay. It's okay. Just that you are a bit fast. You can at least slow kiasi, not that much. Kiasi
Oh,
tu.
so sawa. Ni ile I'm used to them, so zinakuja tu nikiandika. Pole though. I'll consider you guys. That time disconnected. Why? Yeah. Why am I not getting the data? df1, df2 on A. I don't know. I'm not getting our data. I'm only getting A, B, C. Okay. I don't know. I had 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Is okay. Oh, the second one we didn't have a common. Let's say like 3. So when you run it, you'll be getting that. Questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Why did the first code not run? And now that you have replaced one number, it has run.
No, the first one didn't run because we didn't have like a common item on the list, but we had a common dictionary key. Because when I'm trying to run it, it's like trying to see like the common item on the list that it can merge with. I'm trying to see whether I can create a maybe a student data so that I can explain. This one I usually find it very complicated kidogo. So if you add like something like 1 here, let's say the 5 that we add, it will give us a blank, because we didn't have common values that will be connected with any of them that was in dictionary in data frame 1 and dictionary data frame 2. So when you have a common one, it's able to connect it. It's able to merge the common. Okay, let me first create. Wacha to create hii ingine. I think we can create like a student database. Alafu tuone. Then I can explain it more better. Okay, so you can create a df1 and another df1 a df_1 maybe, because you already have a df1. So we start. So a df_1. Let me explain it to you better. Sawa kumbuka?
Yes, only that Sija, I've not understood when you say merge.
Merge.
I've not seen anything merged.
You've not anything merged? Sawa. Acha turudi huko. Ili update kweli. Acha turudi huko. And we show you. So in A we had 3. So we look at the 3 one. The 3 one is merged to C. This C. Sawa. So we'll take the B of C and we'll take the C of X, which is here. So the first one, which is the 3, we took this one, and this first 3 here took this one. So we merged the item list. I think, okay. So you see, we've merged this one with let me run this one. This one. So because we had 2 3s, we only go to take 1 3, but the corresponding will be C and X, which is C and X here. So that's how we're merging it. Are we getting somewhere?
No.
Aya, tanirudi tena. So unaona when we created our data frame 1, this data frame 1 here. Kumbuka, unaiona hii data frame 1?
Yes, I can see.
When we are printing it, C1 will correspond of course to A, 2 will correspond to B, sindio? 3 will correspond to C, and 4 will correspond to D, which is our list here 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 here will correspond to A, 2 will correspond to B, 3 will correspond to C, and 4 to D. Sawa? Umeelewa hadi hapo? So 3 had C, and this 3 here had X, but we want to merge in such a way that I want the common one to be merged, which is the 3, which is the 3. So since we had 2 3s, we are going to only to take the 1, but the corresponding ones were C and X. That's why C and X was printed here at B and C. Wacha ni create like a small database, alafu I explain it more better. Maybe that one is more complicated. Sawa. I don't know why it's not sharing. Let me try and change my network. So kumbuka, let me create like a mini database, alafu I explain it more better. Can you guys hear me? I'm having network issues. Samuel, unanisikia?
Yes, una-speaker.
Haya. So, let me create like a mini database, alafu I explain it more better. Can you guys hear me? I'm having network issues. Samuel, unanisikia?
Yes, unasikika.
Haya. after we use like a small one of students. Maybe let's say here create df1, which is our data frame 1. Let's say data frame underscore 1. So we can have df1 maybe underscore data, so that is clash nezi zingine is equals to can have here our dictionary which will contain the keys, let's say id, let's say id here, and inside the id we have let's say id1, id2, id3, id4, id5, id6, id7, id8, id9, and let's say id10. Yes. Okay. Then we can have the student name. Now the student underscore name, which is let's say you can have John, can have here let's say Emma, you can have here let's say Michael, can have let's say Brenda, I can have let's say Samuel, we can have let's say Olivia, Leighton, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now let's say Bonnie, now say Philip, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have to be 10, correspond with the IDs. And now let's say Mercy. You can have let's say Fiona. So separated this with command. Okay. Then we can have let's say the age. We can have in the age. We can have your age. Have our list. It will be 21, 23, 21, 24, 23, 20, 29. Now let's say 34, 32, 31, 30. Yeah, more than enough. Now let's say it's the common ones. Now let's say sex. Now let's say yeah. For John, male. For Emma, female. For Michael, male. For Brenda, female. For Samuel, male. For Olivia, female. For Tony, male. For Philip, male. For Almasi, male. And finally Fiona, we can have female. Please remember to separate your lists with a comma. We can now up to that point. So that's our df1. So earlier on, I told you maybe how to convert maybe your dictionary to a data frame. So what you just say is df maybe df1 df1, because you have df underscore data already defined, is equals to pd dot data frame. So we want to convert this dictionary right here into a data frame. Come and have it inside here. So when you run df1, you'll be able to have such a table, tabular table. Okay. So sticking on this one, let's have another one, which is df2 underscore data. It's now another one. And in this case, maybe we're going to have the common one, which is ID still, but collecting different data. And let's say campus, scholarship, the grade, maybe. Yeah. So let's have ID. Let's have ID, which was the same. Just take this one, which was the same all along. Have ID. Then you can come here and add another information that was collected of the student ID. You can have here maybe the grade. You can take the grade and have our list here. So ID1 maybe scored an A, scored an A, scored a C, maybe scored a B, maybe scored an A, outside, maybe scored an A, maybe scored a C, maybe scored a B, maybe scored a B, maybe scored an A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe scored a C, and maybe also scored a C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, good. And you can have, as earlier said, scholarship. Scholarship, which is maybe yes, yes, no, no, and maybe yes, maybe yes, no, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now maybe yes, maybe yes, no, no. I mean, numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can have maybe I don't know. Getting that one because we didn't separate it. Okay, so you can maybe say campus here. So for this one, now even say campus 1, campus 2, campus 3. Yeah. Just next copy. Save time. Copy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now campus 1, campus 2, campus 3, campus 4, campus 5, campus 6, campus 7, campus 8, campus 9, and maybe a campus 10. Again, you have to convert the dictionary to a data frame. So in this case, it will be df2. So yeah. So in this case, it will be df2. Yeah. df2. So after creating both of them, you can run df1 to view it and run df2 to view it. Kumbuka. Now see in this case, observe that we have both the ID. Can have your student ID. Why not? So now here, student underscore ID. And now here, student underscore ID. So I can run it here. Run it here. Umelewa to that point whereby we are having two keys, which is two keys of a dictionary in the data frame.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we want to merge df1 and df2 on the key student underscore ID. So we'll have here like a merged underscore df, which will be so we used I think we can, because we used the merged approach, we can use merged underscore df3, which is pd dot merge. Now we're merging df1 and df2. So on the student ID. So df1, df2, but on is equals to the student ID. Yeah, can just take it here. I'll just copy. Have it here that way. So question up to that point. Tuko pamoja? Are we together? Kumbuka?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, okay. So for us to view this merged data, we have to print our merged df3. So we call our merged underscore df3 to view. So now, see we've added, the first one we had student ID, student name, age and sex, but the second one we had grade, scholarship, campus, but we've added them. Now we've merged two data on the common dictionary key, ama the common series or the common column, which is student ID. So it has to check on the student ID first for it to merge. So depending on the data that you had for John in grade A, you can't expect that the actual data for John will be B, and here when you are creating it, you had add A. So it's merging grade A on the first index, which is 0, which is John on A, Emma on A, Michael on C, Brenda on A, Samuel on C, and so on and so on. So it's merging John on male, Emma on female, hivyo kwenda. For it together with the scholarship one, which is John, yes, John who is 21, male, scored A, and scholarship, yes, campus 1. Now have you gotten the simpler way of it?
Me, I have.
Sawa. Anyone mwenye nime confused? This one is a little bit complicated. So unaweza ona ni kama unachanganywa but in real life una merge hivi data from different sources. So you see we've merged on the common one, which is student ID. So that's merging. Questions on that one?
So Tony,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you mentioned, maybe I didn't get it. So in case you have like extra student ID, not the content, because for this one is from what I've gotten here is more of a content, as in more of a column, merging some other columns. What if you had some extra rows? I mean, extra student ID, it will merge also from the DF3, DF2, not the DF1, or it doesn't matter which DF.
No, they have to be the same. They have to be the same for it to match. That's why Kwamboka was getting difficulty to understand that when he told him we had to take only 3. So they have to be the same. We have to have a common. So in this case we had 3, which carried C, and this one, and this 3 carried X. So when merging it, we had 3C and X. So they have to be common. The student ID has to be the same in both DF1, DF2, DF3, DF4, whichever way you're working with it. It has to be common. Na lazima zikuwe same.
Yeah. Oh, lazima zikuwe
Same.
size the same.
Yeah, they have to be the same. Yeah. Otherwise you'll be getting what we call otherwise you'll be having what we call data that has noise. Data that it's not cleaned. So you have to go again, try to clean your data. Kama kuna for example like in this case, you see we had some null values. Unaona kama bot 310 hivyo. So you have to find a way. Maybe you're replacing the missing values with the mode. You're replacing the missing values with the average sum. Maybe you're replacing the missing values with mode. We have the average sum. We have which one? Those are the common ones which you learn in machine learning when data cleaning, and also in visualization. I'll show you. So that when you're going to visualize your data, usikuwe na like inconsistent visualization, but you have a consistent visualization whereby unapata una plot like kama, let's say maybe you're trying to plot like the box plot, and maybe at some point you're getting like there is a break, then there's a continuation. So to avoid that one, you have to clean your data first, which you'll use maybe if you're working with integers, you use the what you call the mean. If you're working with strings, you use the mode, the one that was appearing the most. So you replace in the blank ones, or in the null values, what we call the null values. Have I answered your question?
Yes, Tony.
So we also have the append. The append is a function in pandas that combines one data frame vertically, stacking one data frame on top of another. No. So I think this one can be a better example of the append. And take this one. Take this one and append with this one, and create a data frame here. can create a data frame here, and let's say df1 underscore 1. I'm trying to not get conflict. df1 underscore 2. So you create your data frames. By creating your data frames, you can view them. And like shortcuts. You can view them, which is that. Then you can view again this one. This second one, just to can view them. But now you are appending. Appending is a situation whereby now you have to stack. It's like adding on the existing. So let's say like you want to append df1 to df2. So what you do is you come up and say append underscore df is equals to df1 underscore 1. We add df1 underscore 1 dot append function, which is df2 underscore 2. So okay. So to read it, we have to call our append underscore df. See whether it has stuck of the other. You see, that's stuck on top of the other. Questions? And also we have a message here. The frame.append method is deprecated and will be removed from pandas in future versions. I think I will use the concat. Yeah, you can use the concat instead. I'll show you the concat one in the next class. Lesson one other question. We'll stop there for today. Yeah, just ask a question. So Claire, yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Kindly pardon the append part. I didn't get its function.
The append is stacking one data frame onto another data frame vertically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in simple terms.
Okay.
But merge is like joining one data frame with another data frame that has a common key, like the common column or a series.
Okay.
You have to have a common.
So in append you can append data types that have different rows and columns.
Yeah, I think in append you can do that. Append is just stacking.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just stacking. Nothing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and it's not used most. Naona hata hapa umetupatia wa message here. Umetupatia message here that append is being scrapped off in the future. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's being so it's not that common. Because sasa in real life when you're just stacking data, how will it help you? But for merging it will help you. For concat it will help you.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. But no, when you're stacking just data, it won't help in any way. Yes, Kwamboka. Kwamboka, yes.
Yes, Claire has asked a question that I wanted to ask.
Okay. So